Okay, so here is how here is how you replace one of these PowerPoints in New Zealand. Now I will be replacing it with that. Now this is just a very rough guide and not meant to be a complete exact example, so use at your discretion. But anyway, now first things first is to go to your fuse board and to isolate the particular circuit. Now because I've rewired the entire flat, I know that it is on that particular circuit, so turn that off. Now it's safe. But if in doubt, always turn off your main switch or whatever your similar looking main switch or other things accordingly. Or if you want to be 100% sure, literally switch every. If you want to be 100% sure, feel free to switch everything off. And if you've got an old fuse board, then yeah, it'll obviously be a bit different. But anyway, yeah. Right. So first things first is to unscrew all of these. Just like that. Now chances are it's probably also been painted on over the years, so if you have a decent long nail, you can often just run that up and down the side of it to break the paint free. But if need be, you can also grab a knife, such as one I've got here. Obviously it doesn't matter about that because this is the old PowerPoint. And yeah. And then ta-da! Just like that. Now, one thing you can also do, just to be extra sure that it is actually all safe and secure and turned off, plug in something that you know works. No, look, it is dead. But anyway, probably should have done that before, but anyway. So now, simply unscrew these ones. Doesn't actually matter what order you do them in. As you see, we've ended up with a fair bit of length of cable. So, in order to make this a little bit easier for myself when it comes to fitting this off back into the wall, stripping back the insulation until it just comes out of the wall, which is roughly there. And yeah. So now, to trim these to roughly 100 mils long, those are near enough to the right length. Now, your wire for your PowerPoint will most likely look different to this. This is some old PowerPoint stuff, cable, which they were known to run this thicker single core stuff. So yours probably has multiple strands, and in which case you always want to make sure that when you go to fit this into the new PowerPoint, that you twist the strands together, preferably in a clockwise direction, like this. So yeah, make sure you twist them in a clockwise direction. And then, obviously with this stuff it doesn't matter, but yeah, but then if it's just one set of wires, so red, green and black, that you're dealing with, you then want to get this and bend that in half. And that ensures a good solid electrical connection when it comes to going into the new PowerPoint, so when it goes into the socket. Anyway, so in the case of this one, with there being two wires, what we do is we strip all three wires. Now, what I like to do is, I know the PowerPoint's going to be fitted off like that, so I always like to make it so that the wires, when they come out, are ordered in that order. So, red at the top, and yeah, twisted together like that. So because it's just two of them twisted together like that, you don't need to worry about bending them in half. And then earth is the next one on this particular PowerPoint, which is the green. So red, red, green, green, and then white is actually black in this case, which is neutral. So sort of like car wiring and other sort of wiring, you have phase or positive, which is that, the red, and then you have negative or neutral, which is the black. And yeah, AC power for your house generally has positive and negative that your appliances use, and then any metal frames or metal outers of whatever appliance it is connected to that earth as well. So it's very important that that earth is connected for the protective functions of any and all appliances and other metal equipment. But anyway, so now we twist that. Then we cut it to an equal length, such as that, and then we get this, undo the connections, Now, what I like to do is also get in and just push those little bits down just so that they open up the maximum amount, just in case. Yeah, just in case. Anyway, and so now, red to red. Ideally, you want to have it so that the copper is as flush as possible to that plastic. So yeah, like that. green? Oh, black. There we go. Right. Actually, I will change that a bit to a Phillips one. And ideally, there we go. Alright, so ideally you want to use a Phillips head bit and just make sure they're tight. Now, yes, I know some people are going to say, oh, you shouldn't have that exposed copper. You know what I say? Too bad. It's gone. Now, one thing with this old flush box is that it's a little bit narrower than the modern flush boxes. They normally finish out here a little bit more, so this could be a little bit tight trying to fit on, but we'll make it work. So we start screwing on the two screws into the spot. There we go, like that. Now, again, there's a few different techniques, but what I've found works is I just sort of position it on to begin with and work it around until what fits. And then just sort of do these up. And try not to drop the screwdriver, of course. Yeah, as you can see, a little bit of a gap, but there, it's not the end of the world. Because ideally you want to replace the flush box that's in behind the PowerPoint, the entire flush box that's in the wall, with the modern equivalent, but I got no time for that, so there we go. And so now we go back to the fuse board and turn on the power. Plug them in. Hey, it works.